shark be that has such teeth?
In Arkansas, school teachers who bob their hair will not get a raise. Who knew?
I better keep that in mind.
I'm not even sure. What does bob their hair? What's that mean?
I don't know.
When you're bald,
It doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure I don't bob my hair. You don't know what it is either?
I do not.
Okay, well, if you go to Arkansas, you better find out.
Maybe if Miss Abby drops Tori off, she's a hairstylist. Maybe we could ask her.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we will. All right. One thing I wanted to bring up is I know for those of you that watch all the time, we do not rehearse and we do not edit. That's hard to believe, isn't it?
Who could tell?
And speaking of the rehearse thing, I had a segue for that, but I couldn't remember that part. But I just thought I'd say those two things. There was actually a third part to that I couldn't remember.
Uh-oh.
But I did remember this. We said we wanted to become influencers.
That's right.
Because we deserve to.
Yes.
And I think we should be.
We're entitled to it.
So I was thinking about what if we're alcohol influencers? We've been under the influence of alcohol enough.
Most of the time.
Can't we turn the damn tide?
I like this.
Become alcohol influencers?
Sure.
Okay. We're alcohol influencers.
Yeah.
That's tiny. I'm the Prince of Pittsburgh. And I'm going to segue right in now.
Wow.
Okay. As part of our responsibility as being alcohol influencers, it's kind of doesn't do it exactly, but it kind of does. For those of you that feel like you're being a little lazy or maybe drinking a little too much or whatever the case may be, ponder this. The inventor of the treadmill. He died when he was 54 years old.
Oh.
The inventor of gymnastics died when he was 57.
Oh.
A world bodybuilding champ died at 41. And this is before your time. Jim Fixx was the person that started the fitness revolution and jogging, basically.
Oh, okay.
He died at 52 while jogging.
No.
While jogging. He was the big guy that said, yeah, everyone else has got to get out there. And now,
was he before Jack LaLanne?
Now, I wish you wouldn't have brought him up because he lived a long fucking time.
Did he live forever?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You just screwed up my whole thing.
Whoops.
Maybe we'll influence something else. But go with this here. The inventor of Kentucky Fried Chicken, he died at 94.
Nice.
Charles Winston, who obviously Winston tobacco and cigarettes.
Yeah.
He died at 102.
That's a good run.
That is the guy that invented opium died at 116, and it was in an earthquake. It wasn't natural causes. And okay, this will go along with our alcohol thing.
Yeah.
Hennessy Liquor, the guy that died at 98.
Wow.
And one more thing to ponder as far as that goes. A rabbit who is constantly running and jumping and darting here and there. Their lifespan is about 2 years. A turtle, which does nothing but sit there.
Yeah.
Let's be about 400.
Oh, see, I like where this is going.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is our first, and granted, we'll have other stuff later on, but this is our first attempt at becoming alcohol influencers because we think we should be influencers.
I agree. Yes.
Talking a little bit about this podcast. We're Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. We're the only Category 5 podcast in the universe. We don't stop. We're a little dangerous maybe, but we just keep coming at you, and we don't get downgraded. Now, we also, as of last week, 57 years of marriage without a divorce. Now, if we added the third person of our team, Jane, would be 57 years and 10 months of marriage with one divorce. So we're going to keep her out. And we are the hardest working podcast in 4 states and Suriname. I think that really gives us the added intrigue there, the Suriname thing.
Je ne sais quoi, if you will.
Yeah. Our website, Rated G. I'm not going to go into all the stuff like I normally do, but right now, that how Pittsburgh are you? 2 quizzes up there, and we've had a pretty good response so far, but would like a few of you to play. It's easy. The answers are all there. All you got to do is click on the little. It's like taking an SAT without the pencil. You just click the thing. Oh, nice sound. Nice sound.
What the hell?
I told you we don't rehearse. I hope they caught that on the camera.
I'm sure it's,
I would
there.
think so.
It's there. Son of a bitch.
Jeez, well, yeah. I mean, that's such a nice sweatshirt you have on. Would be really shit if you ruined that. Okay, so go to our website. Lots of good things for you, but the main thing are those the quizzes about Pittsburgh. There's the first one we have up, then the second one. It helps me a little bit older. You haven't taken either one yet, correct?
I have not.
Are you going to fucking do that this week? Okay. If he
weekend.
can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate Cox did go on. I called him out, and he did it. Yeah, and I think he got a 3.
Okay.
And for never being in Pittsburgh, he got 3 of those. I don't know. I know 2 of them. I don't know the third.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yesterday we had beer night.
We did.
And I'm going to bring it up later on. I had to change my Argy Bargy again because something pissed me off driving there.
Whoa.
But that's a story for later on. Well, what do you got to say about beer night?
My big takeaway from beer night, I may have a new leader in the clubhouse when it comes to our waitresses. And I would say for sure, except for one thing. Last night we had a new waitress, Morgan was her name. And wow, yeah, that was nice. However, as we were discussing off air, we had one of our earliest beer nights, maybe ever. I mean, I was home by 8:00 last night.
I know. I was too. I was home almost just a little after 7.
Yeah,
I'm a lot closer,
and that's never
But it was because you had your ass.
Well, that's that. Yeah, which is a whole other thing. However, yeah. So one of our earliest nights ever. And we may have had our biggest bill ever as well. So she doesn't know who we are yet to kind of take care of us. It was a big bill last night, and we were not there our normal time.
Yeah, but usually we pick and choose and get happy hour food.
Yeah.
You decided to order this big-ass meal.
I just ordered a sandwich.
Yeah, well, it was a big sandwich, and it wasn't happy hour.
Just a sandwich.
I think the rest of us
played by the rules.
Yeah, you're the one. Well, how much was your sandwich?
It was like $12.
Oh, it was more than that, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I got chips. So that if it weren't for the tab last night, she might have surpassed Melissa for me. But
really,
I'm telling you, yes.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying.
I don't know about that. Okay.
If we get a normal bill next time and she's there, it's going to be a lot closer.
When did you start liking those little asses?
I don't know. It was something about last night. Like,
Okay. And thanks. It was us two and Guru and Sully and Tarzan's become a regular now.
I think
I'd say.
That's
so.
Fair.
So it was the 5 of us. 2 other people claimed they might show up, but they didn't.
That's
but
right.
That was okay. No, it was a good time. Good time. Okay, I have a story.
Uh-oh.
I know we have stories later on, but this is something did this week for you, the home viewer, that didn't turn out too well. I told you that I was going to start a new, maybe not a segment, but feature. How about that?
No. Yeah.
We rehearsed. I would know that word.
Right.
A new feature, and it was going to be Silo Sage Sayings or something along that line. So on Sunday morning, I walked down to my silo. I live on an old farm. The barn is collapsed. The implement building is collapsed. It's really a dangerous place to be. There's another building that's collapsed, and it's not. They're not totally collapsed, so you can walk in there and get yourself really hurt.
Nice.
But the silo's standing strong.
Nice.
And I decided I want to go down there and find out exactly how I can do this. So I walked down, and on my way back, and let me just add, I have. I don't know if it's bad neuropathy, strong neuropathy. I don't know what you call it. I have to look. I have to look. Extreme's a good word. I have to look down to see if I have shoes on. So anyway, I'm walking, and all of a sudden, I hear this noise, and I hear my shoe coming off. Okay.
Oh, no, you brought
I have
show
an audio visual thing here.
Oh, show and tell.
Stay with me. Stay with me, people.
Oh,
yes,
God.
yes.
Oh,
here we go. See this
Jesus.
nice rusty thing? I can't remember if it was this one or this one. Are we
Bring
on
it
the
over
camera?
this way, just a little up a little. There you go.
Okay. This one or this one went through my
Oh,
shoe
my God.
into my foot.
Oh.
And I didn't know it until my shoe started to come off. And then I looked down and I said, damn. So I just took my shoe and this thing off because they were connected. And then I have to walk across my driveway, which is not paved.
Oh,
And
my
then-
balls hurt.
And then I looked down and it's bloody as shit.
Of course. Oh, you're making my balls hurt. This hurts.
And I looked up to see my history. Obviously, you step on this, a tetanus shot. Oh, it said I had a Tdap. So I said, fuck, I better get in there and get it. Then I go to the fucking MedExpress shit.
Yeah.
They said Tdap is a tetanus shot. I said, why don't you write that in there? I didn't know what a Tdap was.
Right.
And she even admitted. Yeah. So here, this is where I stepped
there you
on.
go.
So I spent my Sunday afternoon in MedExpress and okay, they cleaned it out and did all that shit. But once I had my Tdap, I thought I was okay. And I was about ready to walk out. And then she said, well, how'd it happen? I said, yeah, it went up through my shoe. Now they have to take an x-ray because they want to make sure none of the shoe got up in there. Because I don't know.
Perfection and stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. And then I'm on antibiotics.
Okay.
Can you tell? So
You had better luck than I did then.
we'll stick with that. You don't want to tell your ass story, do you?
It's too long.
Okay,
I don't
all
want
right,
to get into it. It's,
okay. We won't tell his ass story. Maybe next week.
That's fine.
Okay, just so on today's show, here's why you better fucking stay here. This is a little bit different than some of the stuff we have. We're gonna have a Dear Tiny with the. This will make sure people definitely leave. The longest letter we've ever had in the history of Dear Tiny. We also have bars we miss. Bars we miss, not necessarily dive bars, but bars we miss. We have an Argy Bargy that I just changed again. That one Argy Bargy just keeps getting pushed back because things just keep pissing me off.
Yeah.
We got the movie and the music game where Tiny is in first place in the movie game and last place in the music game. And some people have bitched about me singing. So guess what? I'm singing again, bitches. Don't fuck with me. We've only had this one other time. Rapid fire Transylvanian brain freeze.
Ooh,
boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
We got a pretty good Would You Rather, and our votes count.
Nice.
How about that?
Nice.
How about that? And actually, okay, usually by the time we get to Samurai Chatter, you guys are gone.
Yep.
I'm going to say.
So are we.
That's for sure. I think this is going to be an interesting Samurai Chatter this week and next week.
I like it.
Might not be funny, but it's going to be interesting. So if you only have a little bit of time, maybe you should just go ahead and fast forward to Samurai Chatter. But if we do our jobs with a shit, I think it's going to be interesting because it's two interesting questions we're going to cover this week, two next week, and it's answers from you people there and ours, and we're just going to talk about them a little bit. So, without further ado, let's go to Dear Tiny. Dear Tiny.
Dear Abby, my feet are too long. My hair's falling out and my
Welcome back to
all
Pittsburgh
wrong.
Dive Bar Talk. I know what you're saying when you watch the intro. These guys don't rehearse.
The hell you say?
Yeah, I bet I shocked a lot of people out there. Okay, this Dear Tiny is going to answer three questions. I told you that one's going to be the longest one in the history of Dear Tiny. The other two, normal kind of things. But here we go. This first one's from Mr. Harrelson.
Nice.
And those of you that watch this show, this is going to be good just because it's from Mr. Harrelson. He said, Dear Tiny, I'm angrier than a midget with a yo-yo. Have you ever heard that before?
No,
Me either. Or the string just too long, so a
I
yo-yo,
see, that's the point, yeah,
a midget can't do it. Those poor midgets. Don't they have? Maybe they should have different yo-yos.
Yeah,
Or can't you pull the string up a little bit?
Get like the keychain size yo-yo.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll start again. Dear Tiny, I'm angrier than a midget with a yo-yo. Why is it that women get multiple orgasms and I get one, but they get perturbed when I fall asleep after I unleash my juicy juice?
Wait. Women have orgasms? Is that a real,
none I've ever been with.
Is that a real question?
Wait a minute. I got one more line, damn it. He goes on, help so I don't get my tiny balls glued to the bed sheets. What are you going to do for Mr. Harrelson here?
He laid something on me. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know that was a thing.
I guess he should have said some women, not the ones with us.
Maybe Mr. Harrelson should get if he gets his boner pills at the truck stop. Maybe he should get some of those caffeine pills too. Take them in tandem.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm going to stay on downers, so I like my sleep after I unleash my juicy juice. According to Mr. Harrelson. Right. Okay, you ready for this next one? Oh boy, here we go. This is from Big Rick in booth 3.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Tiny, first off, let me just say I love your show more than I love happy hour wings and warm barstool. And you're like whiskey in the bloodstream. Fiery, honest, and occasionally a bad idea I keep coming back to.
Wow.
That's very fluid.
I agree.
Yeah. Old Big Rick.
A good picture.
Big Rick in booth 3. He's very, must have been in journalism. I'm 56, been carrying a keg around the middle since the something, and I'm not what you'd call conventionally handsome. I can relate. There's this woman, let's call her Linda. She's got legs like jukebox chrome and an attitude that makes me want to say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am in the same breath.
Wow.
The other night, she dropped a bomb. We were getting cozy, and she goes, you ever think about waxing? Like everything? Said it just like that, with her hand on my shoulder and her eye on my, let's just say lower territory.
Right.
Now, Tiny, I'm no stranger to grooming. I trim the ear tufts. I keep those nose foliage under control, and I even have a pair of scissors dedicated strictly to ballpark maintenance. But Linda, she's talking full-blown Brazilian, clean as a whistle from neck to nuts. There's more.
Man, there's more.
And I got to admit, I'm torn. I've lived this long, like a silverback gorilla who drinks Miller High Life and tips heavy at the strip club buffet.
Mm-hmm.
The hair's part of the whole Rick package.
Mm-hmm.
It's warm in the winter and scares away clingy exes. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But Linda says it's cleaner, sexier, and that she'd enjoy things more if there weren't obstacles in the way. What I want to know is, are dudes really doing this now? I see those gym bros and smooth chests and suspiciously shiny calves, but none of them admit to getting waxed. It's like Fight Club, only with the hot wax and awkward eye contact. Am I going to be the only guy at Planet Fitness with a freshly waxed peach and no support group? A little bit more. And hell, Tiny, what if I like my chest sweater? What if shaving it feels like erasing history? I don't want to lose Linda, but I also don't want to feel like a naked mole rat on my next date. Help me navigate this follicle fiasco.
Man.
I know.
That's a lot to unpack.
That is.
And I might not be. Now, I will say, I did shave my legs when I played because I used to tape my ankles and I hated.
So you just shaved it, or did you shave all your legs? Or
just from the knee down.
Yeah,
just to tape them. That's really about the only. I mean, you're talking to somebody. This beard is my COVID beard from 2021. I haven't shaved it since. I haven't cut my hair since January of last year.
Yes,
I don't know if I'm the right person to talk about this.
We know ZZ Top.
Yeah, but I listen, unless Linda's talking about bringing her friend Bonnie or somebody in with her, I ain't shaving nothing or waxing nothing. Fuck
just for
that.
Linda.
Yeah,
okay.
Not just for that. She better be bringing something else to the table rather to make me change my lifestyle that drastically. To answer his question, he's absolutely one of the few. I think those people are talking about at the gym that they just don't have hair.
Any. Okay. Yeah.
I'm out on any of that stuff. Forget it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tiny. Like I said, I got nothing today. So, okay. That was from
Barstool Rick or something.
Something like Big Rick.
Big Rick.
This one's from Riverside Rick. Who would have guessed? I don't think they're the same guy.
I hope not.
Not quite the same
vernacular.
Exactly. Riverside Rick says, "Dear Tiny, no matter who I'm with, my eyes often experience a burning sensation during sex. Do you think it has anything to do with my partner's pepper spraying me?"
You got to power through that.
Okay, so Riverside Rick just got to...
Yeah, he just got to toughen up a little bit. It'll be fine.
All right, there you go. What was that at the bar? Big Rick.
Big Rick.
Big Rick got his answer, and Riverside Rick, you power through. How about that? Big Rick's not supposed to shave unless there's a threesome, and Riverside Rick, suck it up, bitch. Okay, we'll be back. Oh, we got stories. We got stories coming up. Welcome back to Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. We're going to talk about bars we miss. But before that, we're going to have Tiny open another beer and see if it goes all over him fucking self. There you go. Now, wasn't that entertainment? You like that, I'll bet, huh? Okay.
It would have, too. It would have. Hey.
Okay, I don't know. We had a little off-air production meeting.
We did.
And I don't know what conclusion we came to.
We're sticking with the original.
Okay. Tiny and each and I are going to tell a story about bars we miss, although his has like a different twist because actually the bar's still there.
Yeah.
But okay, Tiny, go ahead.
This and the other story with the bar's still there too, but it's not the same name anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The bar I miss, and we've only been there once in the last 5 years when my uncle's band played. It's the Gateway Hilton up on Route 8, which is better known as the Gateway Inn, which has been on your list too of favorites. I
love the place.
I just miss it, and I think I miss it because we have so many stories from there. I mean, I've been going to beer nights since I think 2008, 7 maybe. And I got to experience the urinal with the dollar bill and all that stuff. But what I miss the most, and she hasn't worked there for quite some time, is the waitress who we affectionately call Betty Big Tits.
I wonder if we could find out where she is.
I don't know.
She worked at a grocery store, and I would buy groceries there just because
I would too. She was just perfect. I mean, she was trashy. She had big fake boobs. And she treated the crazy thing is she treated us like shit almost.
Right.
But it was in like a flirty way. She did everything but let us grope her for the most part. I mean, like she would like butt up next to us and
show us. She'd show us
stuff.
Show us her tits.
Yeah. And she just did that raunchy flirting kind of like Kiss My Grits from Alice. Chick,
right. But better looking than that.
But way better looking
than Flo. That was Flo.
Thank you. Yeah.
But it was on Alice.
Yeah. She had that kind of attitude, and it just all it did was fucking draw the money right. It sucked the money right out of our pockets.
Yes, it did.
She was very good at what she did, but it was just that flirtatious stuff enough. And and I do miss when we go for the wings and stuff. The food, even though it was bar stuff, compared to what you said at the past that place used to be, the food was actually way better.
No, it was pretty good. Yeah.
So Gateway Hilton for sure for me is the bar I miss. And again, like he said, it's there. But I live up here now, so we don't get very many chances to get there.
It's on Route 8. Now, I just will say one thing. The one time in the last 5 years, you and I went there together, and she wasn't Betty Big Tits, but we liked the Thursday girl.
We sure did.
I don't know if she's still there or not, but we talked about going back every Thursday, but you live just a little too far away.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one I miss a lot, and there were 4 of them actually. It's called the Rivertown, and my buddy Christian ran them, and he just knew how to run a fucking bar. How many of them? You've been to a few of them,
2 of them. Right? Okay, downtown in Monroeville or Murraysville, whatever it was.
Okay, Monroeville, and then he had one in Verona, and he had one in North Huntington. Mm-hmm. The one in North Huntington, I wasn't at very often, but I even had a good time there. Mm-hmm. But just the other 3, I mean, it was good food, good price. I'm not even a craft beer guy, but at the Monroeville one, you had to buy, and I liked their beer there. I liked almost all of them.
Yeah.
And Just a few quick stories. I think I might have told this one. The one in Verona, Christian, who owned these places and did a great job. He sponsored a trip to Buffalo for the Steelers-Bills game. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I've ever seen this. I've never seen it happen. Everyone got real fucked up on the way, but his wife was so fucked up they wouldn't let her in. So Christian sponsored the trip, and he had to be a good husband and not go in.
Oh, man.
So he sponsored that whole trip, and they went all the way up there and did not get to see one play of the game because they wouldn't let her in. Now, it was partly his fault because they decided they were drinking the night before. They decided it would be a good idea to drink all night. Yeah. So, yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, when I got there at 6:30 a.m., I was sober, but they weren't. And
oh, no.
And what's worse, they're divorced now. So I bet you Christian now wish he would have gone into that fucking game. Mm-hmm. Okay, but that was a nice bar. The one on the north side, for pregame Steelers or Pirates, just a great place to be.
Yes. I wish I was in the group then, because I used to go there quite a bit when Stage AE opened. That was my place, because Tilted Kilt always got overrun, and I could go over there, and it was still just as busy, but I like going there better.
Just so you know, that's part of it here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Christian didn't do this on purpose, but the Tilted Kilt was kind of like Hooters or along that line where the waitresses showed a lot. It was perfect. You could take your wife. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're going to the river town. We're staying away from there. But if you got the right table, you got to see all the shit because they had outside stuff and everything. Oh yeah, It was tremendous.
Yes,
tremendous. But it was good without that. But it was a nice attraction. Yeah. And then the one in Monroeville was less than a mile from where I worked, and I started going every Friday afternoon. Someone said, "Why don't you come down and meet me?" Right after work. Mm-hmm. And I kind of worked like you. I didn't work till 4:30. Let's put it that way. Not on Friday. So I'd go there every Friday and I'd have a couple and then go home. And then it was have 3 and then go home. And in the meantime, he hired this bartendress, Gina, who, oh my God, I just had a thing for her. And she was just so nice and so good looking. Mm-hmm. And 3 became 4, became 5. But most people I'm with, obviously, they live right there. I would come out fucked up. I have a 45-minute drive if everything goes right. If everything goes right. So you'll be proud of me, people. I finally had to stop cold turkey because I said, I'm going to get fucking arrested.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, I ran into Gina somewhere else one time. She said, what happened to you? I said, you were a bad influence.
It's your fault.
She was an alcohol influencer before we had influencers.
Nice.
Yeah. And I had to quit. So, but anyway, those were great places, the river towns, and I do miss those. We'll come up with, in a few weeks, we'll have another tiny story about what he was going to talk about. Stay tuned for Rapid Fire Transylvanian Brain Freeze.
Transylvania Brain Freeze.
I'm sorry, you just missed it. We were both real funny off air, but we're probably not going to be that funny now. That's the only fucking problem. But this is okay. We may not be funny, but you're going to learn some shit here. 12 facts. I think I have 12 of these.
Wow.
12 facts, and they're actually true. And they have to be because it's a podcast.
That's right.
Right. Okay. You ready? Mm-hmm. Tiny doesn't know these either. If you could drive your car straight up at 62 miles an hour, you would arrive in space in just over an hour. But you can't, so I don't know why they fucking put that on my this is a calendar here. I think that was kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But just so you know.
Elon needs to work on that.
He does. Temperature can affect people's appetite. A cold person is more likely to eat more food. So that we're fucking freezing.
At my doctor's appointment today, they said, "How's your appetite?" I'm like, "Unfortunately, it's pretty good."
Yeah, no problems there. Huh? Okay, now this one, Mosquitoes can fly through raindrops without getting hit. Now, how about do flies get hit?
Yeah,
and
right.
gnats?
Yeah.
It just said mosquitoes.
Really?
Yeah. You have any insight into that one?
I got nothing there. They don't really like me so much, so I don't worry about them. Fuck them.
Well, don't go out in the rain because they'll still get you.
Yeah, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's a good one.
Studies have found that fatherhood suppresses testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's our problem, right? I was wondering what happened to that testosterone, but my fucking kids.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Don't have them, people. Don't have them. Not only are they expensive as shit, cause you problems for your whole life too. Don't think, they're 21 and they're no, that doesn't fucking happen. And now they're costing me testosterone, which I'm surprised I can say. Testosterone.
That's
work. 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm going to quit.
Okay.
All right. The moon is moving an inch away from Earth every year. Someday we won't have solar eclipses anymore. Do you give a fuck?
No, I couldn't care less.
I'll be honest. The last solar eclipse, we had one. What was that, last summer?
Mm.
I actually did go out, but I bet you didn't.
No.
I got the special glasses and all that shit.
I grew up with 2 guys that were super into all the astronomy stuff, and that was, was it 88 when Halley's Comet came through, and like we got up early at like 2 a.m. and went and tried. I was like, just okay. I just don't think I have I'm not intellectually there at that level.
Now, who can argue with that? Okay. Speaking of intellectually not there.
Right.
Listen to this shit. And like I say, I got these off of a calendar.
Yeah.
If you take your age and multiply it by 7, then multiply it by 1,443, the product repeats your age 3 times. Who gives a fuck? Who came up with that? And who cares?
Yeah. I'd rather do more podcast numerology than that kind of
Right.
shit.
I wasn't even into that thing you sent me this week about the dates backwards and forwards.
Oh,
that was okay.
Yeah, whatever.
That was okay.
Oh, if we're gonna have a production meeting on numbers,
Okay.
Someone suggested we, instead of podcast numerology, we do like for 105, we do our favorite player that wore number 5.
Oh, go back to the single digit.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
but
about
not numerology so much as just like, hey,
just
who was your favorite?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just throwing it out there.
My first thought was fuck that person. Tell them to run their own goddamn podcast. But okay, we'll do it. Okay, so next week, think about number 6. Okay, we're gonna do it.
All
right. So I take back that fuck you. Okay. But I still got more rapid fire Transylvanian brain freeze. Oh man, this I didn't even know this. This goes along with Dear Tiny Letter.
Oh.
Women started removing hair from their legs in 400 BC. They either plucked them with tweezers or singed them with a flame.
Oh.
Now, we talked about hair on dudes,
yeah,
which we think is bullshit. Now, what is your thought on hair on women?
It doesn't deter me in any way, but I prefer less is more for me.
Damn it, we have the same answer. Yeah, I would prefer smooth, but it's not going to stop the act from happening. It takes a lot. Okay, this is something is near and dear to my heart. You can use the inside of a banana peel to polish leather shoes and silverware and stop mosquito bites from itching.
Oh,
and I use it as a moisturizer. I really do.
Do you really?
I read about banana peels. It was 10 things you can do.
Yeah.
And one was moisturizer. That's why it looks so fucking good. See this up here? See, there's no wrinkles up there. Yeah. I worry about shit, but I use banana peel. You should try it too, bitches.
Ooh,
okay.
Avino.
Okay. All right, boy. Dysania is a state of finding it hard to get out of bed in the morning. So is laziness. Or being tired. I think there's a lot of damn words for that, right?
That sums up me right there.
Next time someone, actually, when your wife gives you shit, just tell her you have dysania.
I will.
Yeah,
I suffer. I'm a long-time sufferer.
Once you have a disease, they can't give you shit.
That's right.
Alcoholism is right around the corner for me.
I think you blew through that door a long time ago.
Okay. The longest tennis point ever played lasted for 29 minutes and 643 shots.
Holy shit.
Now, that would be good at the beginning, but wouldn't that just be boring as fuck after a while?
Half hour? That's
boom,
long.
boom, boom. Your neck would
Damn.
hurt.
Yeah, that's long to watch. I mean, you imagine playing for half hours straight?
No.
I mean, I have some tennis prowess, and I don't know that.
I bet you've never had a point go more than 3 hits.
Oh, no, absolutely not. No, I could hold my own on the tennis court. Yeah. We had courts right across from our house in Pittsburgh. It was really nice.
That doesn't mean anything.
Dude, there were times Misty and I would play 3 or 4 nights.
No, you sucked. You sucked. All right. It is believed that around 80% of Earth's gold is still buried underground. Maybe we should get out there digging. What do you think?
It makes a hell of a lot more sense to mine for gold than fucking mine for crypto like people talk about. I still don't fucking understand what that means.
No, I don't either. I have no idea what the fuck that is. And finally, our last, I think it's the 12th, the rapid fire fact of the week, which it used to be, but now it's Transylvanian brain freeze.
Yeah.
The index finger of the Statue of Liberty is 8 feet long. Now, how long is the middle finger, you suppose? Saying fuck you to the European Union, huh? And France, who sent that damn thing over. Okay, well, that's it for Transylvanian brain freeze. And coming up next, you're still perfect in the movie game.
That's right.
You? Okay, the movie game coming up. We're on air, aren't we? Yeah, okay. Here we go. Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk movie game. You going to open this?
Oh, clean one.
Yeah, but you cheated a little bit.
Did.
You opened a little bit. The people, they want to see you fucked up. You know, they don't give a shit if you anyone can open a beer when nothing goes over them. That's entertainment if you fucking get shit all over you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, one day we'll come up here and we'll throw water balloons or something like that. So anyway, okay, we got the scores of the movie game here, and you can see Tiny, who doesn't know movies at all, still leads with a perfect score. But Yimmy and Columbo and Paul G are right on your ass.
Yeah.
And there's even some other people that are doing okay. Okay, I expected Teddy Roosevelt to – I don't think Teddy Roosevelt may score again. I think Teddy Roosevelt may stay at 10 the rest of the fucking time. No matter how long we do this.
Yeah.
If we do it for 100 shows, I think Teddy Roosevelt may stay at 10.
Okay.
Unless I really come up with a gimme. Okay. But anyway, in the movie game.
Not to be confused with the Yimmy.
Right. Yeah. I don't know where he fucking got Yimmy. 2, 2, and 2. And then 2 after. Because I always forget the 2 after lately. It's 2 lines. Then 2 characters. Then 2 actors. And then after we guess the movie for 5 points and the year for 1 point, then I give you 2 facts about the movie. How about that, huh? Tiny is perfect, and I say it stops now.
Here we go.
As soon as I get the cigar going, of course.
I'm doing better than I thought. I'm stealing your gimmick. I'm getting better
at that,
too.
You're stealing my shtick. All right. And I'm giving you who says this too.
Okay.
Wayne Torrance said, get him with what? Overbilling? Mail fraud? That's exciting. Mitch McDeer says, it's not sexy, but it's got teeth. $10,000 and 5 years in prison. You've got every partner on overbilling. That's racketeering. That's more than you had on Capone. So I tried to come up with 2 lines that told you about the movie. And then Avery Toller said, Abby, the girl on the beach was a setup. They do things like that in case the other enticements don't work. Wow. So that's your 2 lines. I bet you some of you already have it. This is a good movie. It's a good movie. I watched it about a week ago. That's how I came up with it. Two characters, but it's 2 that I've already said. Mitch McDeer and Avery Tolar. And, amazingly enough, the 2 actors are Tom Cruise and Gene Hackman. Who were those 2?
Oh.
Tom Cruise and Gene Hackman, 2 pretty heavy hitters.
Wow.
The 2 lines, And their names in the movie were Mitch McDeere and Avery Tolar.
Oh, you might have got me on this one.
Well, I think so.
Yeah,
you don't like the good movies.
No, I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy.
Okay.
Actually, I heard Gene Hackman was an asshole, is what I heard.
Oh, I think he was.
Yeah.
I think he was, but he was a good actor.
Yeah.
And I'm not huge on Cruise either, but he's a good actor too.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You other people, I don't have to say pause because he gave you plenty of time.
You know, I is it The Firm?
Oh, man! I'm shocked. I am shocked. Holy
I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Nope.
Well, it's a little long.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know your attention span's not too good.
No, it's not.
But it's worth watching.
Okay.
Okay, that's right. How about a year?
I'm going to go with my first guess, 1993. Are you serious?
Right. I'll be damned.
Wow.
That's exciting. That's a perfect score.
That's fucking crazy.
What the hell's going on here?
Never seen it. I didn't even know Gene Hackman was in it, to be honest with you.
Actually, Gene Hackman looks like he's going to be an asshole, but he turned out to be a good guy.
Okay.
One of the few. Almost everybody's an asshole in the whole movie. Almost every single person's an asshole.
When you first started, I was thinking it was there's a movie he's in with Denzel Washington. They're in a submarine.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first one that came to mind. But anyways.
Okay. Well,
Jesus.
This is unbelievable. If you knew behind the scenes his movie knowledge, you'd really be crazy. I thought for sure this was a
Me
done
too.
deal. Okay. Holly Hunter was on the screen for 5 minutes and 59 seconds.
Ooh.
And she was nominated for an Oscar.
I don't even know who she is. I don't think.
Yeah, you know her to see her.
Oh,
You know her
okay.
to see her. She's
I might have to pull a coach and go pee while you're still talking.
okay. You can.
Okay.
You can because
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Can you stand? He has ass problems. Okay. And
You got to hit the stop button.
oh, I do. Where is it?
It's right there. I'll get it.
Okay. I'll keep bullshitting. Is that what you want me to do? Okay. And Halle Berry auditioned for the role of the woman on the beach. The woman on the beach enticed Tom Cruise, and they had that hanging over him for the whole movie. And she didn't get the role. Now, the girl that did it was nice looking, don't get me wrong, but how can you turn down Halle Berry for a role? It was real small and needed a really good looking woman. And isn't Halle Berry one of the best women, good looking women, you know? But speaking of that, now that I have some time, okay, I've had a celebrity crush. You guys all have a celebrity crush? You women have a celebrity crush the other way? I've had one my whole life, and it started with Linda Ronstadt. And it went to Cindy Crawford. Then it went to, Eva Mendes. And then for about the last 10 years, it's been Danica Patrick. And I think I've had to change. Because on Facebook, I did a thing where once you hit a button for somebody, then that's all you get at that person. You know how that shit works. I didn't know how it worked. But anyway, one of our alum from Would You Rather, Livy Dunn, they're just been sending me pictures of her. And I have not seen a bad one yet. And I think I have to now. The people, all those four that I mentioned that were my former celebrity crushes, I still love them all, but I think I have to go with Livy Dunn as my new celebrity crush, just because, damn, check her out. When we do have our tournament, I'm going to have trouble not putting her first because we might not even have the tournament. I just might have to do that. But anyway, that's just a little aside. That had nothing to do with the movie game, but Tiny had to pee, and it gave me a chance to talk about that. So
good timing.
Tiny's back from peeing, and we'll be back with the music game. We're live from the Cathedral. We're back here at the Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk, and you just witnessed Tiny stays perfect in the movie game, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then the converse of that, Tiny, as you can see the scores right now, Tiny is in last fucking place. Last place. He's even losing the House of Thrills. He's not doing too well. Let's see who's winning there. 3-Pack. 3-Pack has the lead, but Yimmy and Paul G are right on their ass, and we know Paul G is going to stay up there because we know his prowess in the music.
Agreed.
Game.
Yeah. What's the max score capable of this too? 24.
24.
Same.
24,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You get 3 points for the title, 2 for the artist, and 1 for the year. And Tiny, as you can see, 1 year. 1 year he's gotten so far. And I mentioned this before, but if you fast forward into the music game, some people bitched about my singing. Tiny bitches about it every week. And some other people, some outsiders bitched. So I'm going to sing again because, 3 outsiders bitched at me this week. I don't usually even hear from 3.
Right.
All right. So I'm going to sing these lyrics. And then we'll see if Tiny can finally get one. Okay. You guys ready out there? We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing to me when you don't believe a word I say? We can't go on together with bum, bum, bum. You got this one? I did some good singing there.
The Love You Too Much Baby's familiar. And God, it's not Elvis, is it?
It is.
Nice.
It is. That just doubled your point total.
Nice.
You know what the song's called?
Oh man. I don't think I do.
We're caught in a trap. See, okay, he bitches about my singing.
Yeah.
But he gets the person because of my great imitation of Elvis right there.
No, that's not why at all. It was the actual lyrics.
No.
It was a lyric. It had nothing to do with no.
You probably could tell that I've been to Graceland.
No.
Just because of that. Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Okay, you don't know the name?
I don't.
Would you like to guess the year?
1964.
1969.
Damn.
But you had 1 point, now you have 3.
What's the name of the song?
Suspicious Minds.
I would have never known that. No. I know the song.
You know?
No.
Damn.
Elvis, get the fuck out of here.
You know, he was pretty popular.
Fucking Elvis?
It's not like I'm pulling people that weren't. Elvis was, he was pretty well known. Actually, he's still pretty well known.
Terrible.
Okay, so there you got the music game. Once again, the movie game, he kicks ass. The music game, he sucks. Well, ass. How about that? I was going to say something else, but I'm trying to keep it rated R.
Right.
Okay, so we'll be back. A little Argy Bargy from me.
Hey, give us some of that giving it all to Jack, giving some of that
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. Argy Bargy is where I bitch about something, and I don't seem to have any shortage, do I? I had one all set up. As a matter of fact, this has been set up for 5 weeks, and I keep finding something else. Just yesterday, driving to beer night, I take back roads. I go there on back roads because I want to make sure there's nothing changed.
Right.
And I come back on back roads. Well, you can probably figure out why. But anyway, I'm on this 2-lane road, and there's a disabled truck in the other lane.
Yeah.
And I'm coming, and I can see there's nobody there. There's cars wanting to come. And I slam on my brakes, and I tell them, yeah, come on. And the first guy comes, and he gives me a nice wave. And then the next two, and I hate to make fun of women, but both women, they just come through like the flag man told them to come through. And I'm getting to beer night, and the earlier I get there, the more free beer I get. You know how that works.
Yeah, of course.
And I was there fairly early yesterday, but when someone lets you come through, like I said, it was my lane. They had to come in. No, I didn't get a thank you from them. Yeah. And then, okay, that pissed me off enough. You think I'm done, right?
I do.
No. I have to stop for a school bus, and I'm all for safety. I really am. But these two girls got off. They were probably middle schoolers. And to their credit, they got off and they ran across the street. but the damn bus driver kept that damn thing up. I think the girls went in, changed, had dinner, and were watching a TV show before they fucking put the damn thing back. You know, we got places to go. I don't know. Maybe bus drivers are getting paid by the hour, but fuck. Once they're across the road, fucking put that thing in so I can fucking go. So, damn. Yeah, use some common sense. That's what a lot of my things are. That's my Argy Bargy. Welcome back, Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. You're getting a lot of extras this week, those of you that stick with us. Okay, we're going to try another beer. Okay, he saved another one, so only one is sprayed up on you, but the other two would have if you hadn't.
I don't understand. Like somebody shaking up over there. What the fuck?
How long have they been in there?
A good bit.
Yeah, so they shouldn't be.
No, they should be like flat.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay, we're going to move on.
Yeah.
Would you rather is where we put two people against each other. But before we get there, I'm going to talk this week about no responses.
Wow, go ahead.
Okay. Mm-hmm. First of all, I don't know if it's where you live or whatever. Well, your friends are rednecks.
They are redneck.
How could you not? His friends don't choose when there's women of color, and these women are gorgeous.
I actually, because of this one, I changed my group title for that chat to KKK because they absolutely do not participate. It's terrible.
Unbelievable.
And they're like, it's almost like they wear it like a badge of honor too. It's really bad.
It is real bad. It is real bad. But now, okay, I'm going to, I know you're redneck friends. I was ready for that, but I send them out to my friends. Now, 5 people, count them 5, replied, but didn't vote. Why reply if you're not going to vote? And okay, just I said I wouldn't mention names. Mm-hmm. One guy went on and on about he just doesn't like the younger women. He likes them all 50s, 60s, and 70s.
My ass.
Exactly.
That.
Yeah. Now he's watching. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, damn, you gotta like these women.
Yes,
you gotta like
Jesus.
Them. I mean, why is Bill Belichick doing what he's doing?
Before you do, you didn't say who it was yet.
I did.
Did you?
The girls.
The girls.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I was going to do this.
Okay, go ahead. That's fine. Don't let me get in the way.
Okay, yeah, you get in the way all the fucking time.
I'm good at it.
You are. So the first guy, he went on this thing about he just likes older women. He can't stand the younger women. But wait till you see these pictures.
Jesus.
I'm telling you. Another guy picked himself. Which I didn't understand. Then one of my women friends said, "Who did you pick?" And I told her who I was going to pick. Yeah. And then she never fucking came back with anything. Another buddy of mine said, "Boy, that's a tough choice." Mm-hmm. Then he never fucking chose. And then the last guy who replied but didn't, he's a friend of ours. He said, "No, I got nothing, especially when there's Diddy Spunk involved."
Wow.
Who gives a shit about Diddy Spunk?
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, those are those people that did not answer. Okay, now we're getting to the good part. It's Cassie Ventura versus Rihanna. And now you're seeing the pictures that he sent out, and damn, I thought they were great. And it was such a close contest that our votes count.
Wow.
Yeah, which doesn't happen too often, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give you the results because it's still coming down to what we vote for. But anyway, these come from you, the home viewer.
Right.
These were from Rihanna. One said Rihanna total knockout. One said Rihanna would be Cassie, but who knows what diseases she has. Fair enough. I mean,
I can say the same thing.
About yourself?
Yeah.
He was big into it. All day, every day, my imaginary wife, Rihanna.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's going to come up again because in Samurai Chatter, she's going to come back here again, which surprised me. You'll probably know who said this. Cassie has no titters. I'm going to take take a peek between them cheeks and give me something good to eat.
There you go.
Yeah, how about that?
Yep.
How about that?
Yep.
Remember, that's from you, the home viewer, not from us.
That's right.
We're not sick fuckers. One guy said, I would have taken Cassie, but I can't get into that weird gay stuff. I'll pass and take Rihanna.
How's it gay with a
I guess it's, well, he did bring in gay people. He brought in just about everything. And this person said Rihanna, Cassie's too beat up by now.
Mm.
And now these people took Cassie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gut reaction. Besides, she probably doesn't like Metallica, which is a thinly veiled shot at you. This guy said, Cassie, she could eat crackers in bed or even beat my dog.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Then we got two more.
Mm.
This is a comment to a door.
Nice.
I should read these before, shouldn't I? No contest, Cassie. You would have to be a total flamer if you didn't agree.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pretty strong. Yeah. Rihanna's nice, but no titties or meat up those bones to chew on. Cassie has seen and done it all. Mm-hmm. I would welcome the opportunity to leave my ditty all over her. How about that? That's a comment to a door. Uh-huh. We always appreciate his comments.
Of course.
Then I got one more.
There he is.
Mr. Harrelson. This is the second time we've heard from Mr. Harrelson
very
today.
Busy, very
busy.
What
was his letter about?
The multiple orgasms.
That's right, multiple orgasms. It was 2 weeks ago. It was about John Candy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He said, Ventura has a smaller cup size than I do, but she has a great feature.
Yeah.
Factory air. When women's legs are together knee to knee, there's a perfect diamond gap at my favorite spot that you can hear a whistle when the wind blows.
Mind the gap.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of blows, Harrelson goes on, I'd love to hold Rihanna's orbs while she's slobbering on my hot suppressa. I'll take Rihanna because if I want to hear whistling, I'll watch The Bridge on the River Kwai. Movie, historical references, everything from Harrelson there. Everything.
Man.
Okay. Those are some pretty good comments. Mm-hmm. But now we get down. Our votes count.
Wow.
And our comments won't be as good as those.
No.
But first we'll get Tiny and then we'll get me.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be honest. I didn't know who Cassie was till this week. And I didn't know the whole story about that. And, you know, there's probably some sick Freudian thing I need to figure out, but I'm into, for some reason with her, I picked her over Rihanna. For whatever weird reason, I think Rihanna's just a slight bit overrated. She's awesome, but like I just overrated. I went with Cassie, and I must have some sick, twisted thing about chicks that having sex with chicks that don't want to have sex with me. And for some reason, that's what resonated. You know, she's doing all this belly aching about the stuff she had to do. And I'm thinking, that's how she'd be with me. And that did it for me. So I went with Cassie.
Okay. And I'm going with Cassie also.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sick enough that all that shit she did added to her panache.
Yeah, there's something about it. Yeah,
absolutely. And okay, even though I really like Rihanna, and someone sent me a photo of her that was better than the one that you put out there. Yeah, she's in a weird position. But I've seen some pictures of Rihanna that weren't so good over the years.
Okay.
And Cassie just does it for me. Mm-hmm. And then, okay, I'm going to be honest. I got 2 votes yesterday at beer night that I didn't count because I wanted our votes to count. But now that we both went with Cassie, I'll add those 2 in. So now we're 32-27 for Cassie.
Wow. Okay.
So Cassie moves on. And I will say Rihanna had a big lead. Mm-hmm. And then Cassie, toward the end, everyone started voting for Cassie.
Okay.
So Cassie wins. She goes into the tournament that we may or may not have. And Rihanna goes into whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll be hearing from her again. Okay, that's Would You Rather. And now, usually people turn out
wrap
now.
it up. Hurry up.
Oh, hurry up. You got to pee?
Yes.
Okay, Samurai Chatter's coming up, and it's actually good. Welcome back. Last segment. Oh, this is Samurai Chatter.
We had to rush out of here the first time.
Yeah. We both had to pee again. Anyway,
What a show.
this is also the 105th episode, and we're going to have a title.
Yeah.
Like we have every time. And out of 105, Samurai Chatter's probably be interesting twice. Tops. But this one should be interesting, even if we don't do our job. I don't know how we're going to make it funny. And we probably won't.
No.
Of course, I know what you're saying. They don't make anything funny. But you're shocked we don't rehearse, huh?
Why stop now?
That's right. But anyway, I thought I sent this out. I sent out a little questionnaire. I thought to 20 people, but I see 26 answers here. So I guess I sent it to more than 20. And we're going to do 2 questions this week, and we're going to do 2 more next week.
Yeah.
One of the questions is real interesting next week. But today it's going to be, I asked about 26 people, I guess, what's the most overrated food? And then I asked if you're on a park bench and you have 1 hour to talk to anyone in history, dead or alive, but I put in no family and no sports.
Right.
Because we're going to do a sports one later.
Yep.
So no family, maybe we'll even do a family one later. Like for me, that would be hard as hell because I have 4 immediate members of my family dead.
Yeah.
How do I just choose
Which one? Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
That would be,
Maybe I'll just take an uncle and fuck all of my family. Anyway, let's get to this week.
Go ahead.
All right, that is this week. But anyway, first one. I asked 26 people, what's your most overrated food?
Yeah.
And boy, did I get a lot of different
Really?
answers. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I don't know if we should, I'll go through them and then we can talk about them. All right. And then we'll give our answers.
Okay.
I got Chinese food. I got chicken Alfredo. I got steak. Steak.
There's nothing overrated. It's underrated.
Boneless wings. French fries. Hey, we can't say things are wrong because it's.
I can say they're wrong.
Yeah,
No,
that's
fuck
right.
that.
You
They're
can.
wrong. Yeah,
Bloody Marys.
I agree with that one.
Okay. Chick-fil-A.
I agree with that one.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Okay. Deviled eggs.
No, they're overrated. Who talks about deviled eggs? Like, that'd be some of the best deviled eggs ever. Anyways,
that actually started this whole thing.
I mean, I like me a deviled egg, but as far as
somebody wrote me and told me, deviled eggs are overrated. I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot. Okay. Mayonnaise.
oh no,
I don't like mayonnaise.
I like it on everything.
Oh, do you?
I eat it on my French fries last night.
I don't like it, but I don't know who rates it very high. But like I said, there's no wrong answers.
Yeah,
here.
there is.
Unless
you say steak.
Unless Tiny says it. Spaghetti, and that hurt me because I love spaghetti.
Yeah, you guineas.
Meat.
Get out of here.
I had 2 chicken wings.
They've never had the right chicken wing.
Cake.
No.
Chocolate mousse.
They're wrong. Maybe.
Grits.
I like me some grits.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you've even had grits.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, have you?
I put a lot of brown sugar on mine, though.
Okay. Pizza.
Nah.
That kills me. And pasta, which I guess I could have put with spaghetti. But,
yeah, whatever.
Now, I don't know what quinoa is. Do you?
Is that those little, like, pellet balls of dough?
I don't know. I don't know what they are.
I think so.
I was going to look it up, but I didn't. That's something for you to do. Hell, I can't do every fucking thing.
Do some fucking work, would you?
Yeah. I got 2 votes for caviar.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not even sure I've ever had caviar. I think I watched Lieutenant Columbo eat it once, and I thought I had it, but I'm not sure I ever have. I might have had it
texture is what does. It's like you're eating salty boogers.
And then 5 salty boogers. Yeah, well, that would be overrated. And then I had 5 people say sushi. 5.
I know they love it, both of them, and
Do they?
I could do without
By
it.
both of them, his family, his
I'm
wife
sorry,
and daughter.
yeah.
And his daughter made me this.
How about
I
that?
probably
Yeah.
look a lot more attractive now that I have this. I just put this on 2
They're
seconds
lining
ago.
up outside.
Yeah. Okay, 1 at a time, women. Well, maybe 2. Okay, well, we're kind of getting away from food there, but all right. So you don't agree with a lot of those.
I don't agree with a lot of them,
Okay.
but there's some that I might agree with.
All
yeah.
right, and what are you saying?
Well, I couldn't think of the name. I knew what I was trying to say, but I had to actually call my wife to figure out what it was. But
oh, that's right. Truffles.
They're just a fucking mushroom, and everybody, they melt in your mouth, and blah, blah. I've had it a couple different times, and it doesn't taste like anything. Like it's like putting any other fucking mushroom on your thing. I just give me some fucking sauteed with a bunch of fucking butter mushrooms, and I'll be just as good.
See, I feel stupid as fuck. I thought truffles was something on ice cream or some shit. Isn't there some kind of truffle ice cream?
Yeah, like a chocolate truffle.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah, those are good, but obviously it's not the right thing.
Yeah,
man.
I'm talking like the mushroom ones.
Okay,
everybody says, "Oh, a good truffle melts in your mouth." Yeah, fuck off.
Okay, and mine, a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but it's expensive and I don't like it. Lobster. That's mine. I know how much it costs. My wife loves it. Like when I said, yeah, I'm going to put lobster because I don't like it. And why would I pay a lot of money for something? I can eat it, but I don't want to.
Good lobster is good, but you know, I agree with you. It's too much fucking work. All that fucking shellfish shit. You got to crack it and do it. Fuck that. I don't have to work for all my food. That's like all these when you go to these fucking, what's the one in the strip district or down in Station Square? You got to cook your own food. Fuck you.
Oh, really?
Like the things on the stick. You got to cook it yourself.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I don't have to fucking work that hard to eat. I just want to fucking eat. So I agree with you on lobster.
Okay.
Too much work.
Okay. And I really, like I said, I didn't know truffle. So I guess we go with sushi is the number one because it had 5 votes. And
okay.
Do you like sushi?
Yeah.
I don't. I do not. They invented fire for a reason, to cook shit. You know, and sushi fucking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's overrated food. I'll bet you have a lot of thoughts about all those. I mean, some
the melting pot. That's what
it is
because
I like a lot of that shit. That's on
I
there,
do too.
You know?
Me too.
Okay, and this next one, probably the most interesting one, is a person you'd like to talk to for 1 hour. No family, no sports personality. Okay, let me go through. One guy, I already brought this up. We know why he took her, Rihanna.
Right.
He just wants to get his thingy wet.
Yep.
Here's an interesting one. Ryan Reynolds.
Only if his wife's there.
Okay, you won't know this person, and I didn't either, but it's a pretty good one. Rob O'Neill. He's the Navy SEAL that shot bin Laden.
Oh,
that's a good answer.
That'd be a good
that's
answer.
A real good answer that I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
And you didn't know him either, did you? Hell no. John Gotti. That would be pretty interesting. Groucho Marx.
Oh,
I would like that one too.
That's a good one.
I would. Okay, here's one you won't even know. Julia Child. She was kind of the forerunner of cooking shows.
Oh, I do know her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously that was a cook that okay, and here's one.
How interesting could that be, though?
I agree. I wouldn't have put her in the top 30.
Yeah, is the same person that said cake's overrated?
Maybe. It wasn't, but now here's one.
Uh-oh.
This was a guy that I know from school. He went to community college, and he came up. He always was smarter than the rest of the people.
Okay.
Shams of Tabrizi.
Who the fuck is that?
He was a Persian poet back in the 11 and 1200s.
What the fuck?
Well, yeah, but okay.
No.
Isn't it good that we have some different ones?
No.
No?
That's a terrible answer.
Okay. There you go with his redneck fucking thoughts. Betty White.
That'd be a good one.
Okay. Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
FDR.
That'd be a good one.
Okay. Peter O'Toole.
Peter.
He was an actor.
Peter Steele. I know.
Okay.
He's not a porn star, by the way. That's a metal. Typo negative.
Okay.
Anyways.
Wyatt Earp. Yeah, that would be an interesting
That'd be a good one.
And then here's some 3 people said Abe Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
One gave a reason that I cannot repeat.
And I got redneck friends.
You're right. You kind of got onto that one, didn't you? 2 people said Donald Trump.
Okay.
2 people said George Washington.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good one too.
Yeah.
Now here's one And like I said, there's no wrong answer here. 2 people said Robin Williams.
Well, that'd be fun.
I didn't even like him.
Yeah,
I know I'm not. Yeah, we have talked about that before. Yeah, if you spent an hour with him, you wouldn't get a word in. He would talk the whole fucking time. But like I said, if that's what you're into,
yeah.
And then 4 people said Jesus.
Yeah, I expected to hear more of those.
Yeah. I didn't hear Jesus till
or God or something
toward the end.
Yeah,
but then Jesus made a big comeback. Yeah, and took the lead. And who do you got?
So this probably isn't fair because you said no athletes, and this is.
Well, what if you're going to say an athlete?
No, I'm not going to say an athlete, but I'm going to say a musician.
Okay, well, you're allowed to say that.
And what's unique about this is I've actually met this person twice in my life and conversed with them. But what's different, my answer is James Hetfield, lead singer of Metallica.
Boy, there's a shot.
Yeah, so I'm doubling down on all the Metallica assholes. Go fuck yourselves. But
you're quite a what do you call yourself? Well versed?
Yeah.
But you're not diverse, are you? No. Fuck no.
But I've actually talked with him twice in my life, and but the difference is there. Like, he's doing a forced appearance. I mean, I paid money to do it, and way more than I should have. And it wasn't that he wasn't cordial, and we discussed stuff, but he just has this. He has to be there. So there's always like this, like ugh. Where I think if we could just kind of hang out and it's not like a public thing where you're just bullshitting and whatever, I think it'd be much better conversation. I think we have more in common than he probably realizes, and we could actually talk instead of like, him pretend he wants to be there.
Yeah, you pretend that you have a lot in common.
Yeah. He's speaking of rednecks, he lives in a fucking ranch in Colorado, I think we.
That doesn't make him a redneck.
Sure, it does.
No, it doesn't.
No, absolutely.
No.
Yeah,
rednecks don't live in Colorado. I don't think. Okay, yeah. I went off the. No one had mine either. Adolf Hitler. No, I'd like to ask him, what the fuck are you thinking? Well, I'm not sure an hour would be enough, but holy hell, I'd like to know what's going through your fucking head.
That's a good one.
And maybe he had something to his shit. I can't think he would, but I would really like to sit down with him and
that's a good one.
Say what the hell. So that's our list. Anything about anybody else?
Nothing comes to mind, Ref. Okay. There's some ones there I would agree with. Some I couldn't disagree more. Gotti'd be a good one for sure. Trump, I just this fucking. He controls a room. I mean, there's certain people that hate him, but I mean, he can talk to fucking anybody, whether it's MMA or whatever. He seems to have an opinion on everything.
But not Shams of Tabrizi.
I'm out on Shams.
Okay,
no.
I'm
I don't even like the Shams gonorrhea or whatever his name is, the NBA analyst for ESPN. I can't stand Shams. Anybody named Shams, I don't like. I'm out.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. Next week, it's going to be a college campus in the United States that you'd want to visit. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a sporting event you'd like to go back in time to attend. And I have a lot of different answers there. Most of them are really good, and one of them just shit. Okay, usually you're a person to say that, but no, I'm going to tear one apart.
Wow!
But you have to stay. That's a tease because that's next week.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else for the end of this?
Boy, I did have something. Now I can't remember what it was.
Because you were out peeing too much.
Too much peeing.
Yeah, you better go back with your booze, not your beer.
That's a good assessment. Mm-hmm. And we're running long anyway.
Oh, we sure are. Okay. But yeah, that should have been interesting to you.
Yeah.
Okay, but we got a Stephen Wright quote.
Nice.
Yeah. And this is long
for him. A comedian would have been a good one to consider.
Oh, it would have been. It would have been. I wasn't even thinking of that. Robin Williams, 2 people.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, good point.
Stephen Wright said, I went down to the 24-hour grocery. When I got there, the guy was locking the front door. I said, hey, the sign says you're open for 24 hours. He said, yes, but not in a row.
Terrible.
And there you have it. That wraps up whatever we're going to name this thing in the next couple minutes.
Yep.
And for 105. But because we're the hardest working podcast in 4 states, we are, and Suriname, and we're 720 pounds at least of podcast proclivity. And we're definitely the only Category 5 podcast in the universe. Because of that, we're going to come back stronger than ever. We're not going to be downgraded, and we're going to be with you next week for our next episode and another interesting samurai chatter, and the rest of it will probably be fucking half-assed like most of our shit. See you then.